What's up guys, it's James here, and in today's video, I'm gonna be talking to you about how to find really great deals when you're investing in real estate. So this is gonna be a video that is gonna kind of go over how to find deals in pretty much any market, but more importantly, it's especially gonna be important for people that are in markets that are really competitive, which a lot of short-term rental investing markets are right now. We're seeing all over the place that these markets are really skyrocketing. There's a lot of people getting interested in short-term rental investing. The space overall is growing pretty rapidly. There's a lot of demand. And so I want to talk about how you can compete in a competitive marketplace. How can you find really good deals with a great ROI potential in a marketplace, in an area where there's a lot of different buyers and properties are going way above asking. We happen to be investing in areas like that right now. And I want to share with you exactly what we're doing in order to get the best deals on properties. Now, before we dive into that, I do just want to remind you there's a link in the description down below to our free training that goes over every single step of the process for how to successfully invest in short-term rental properties. So if you are interested in investing in short-term rental properties, you want to build cash flow and long-term wealth by investing in Airbnbs, vacation homes, that kind of thing, then just check out the link in the description down below. That is a free training. We're also going to give you our analysis spreadsheet completely free. This is our gift for you once you sign up for the training. So I highly recommend you check that out to learn more. Now, let's go ahead and start talking about it. And specifically what I'm going to talk about is off-market deals. Now, I assume that most of you guys watching here know pretty well how to find deals on market because it's pretty straightforward. You just need to have a straight up list of criteria for what you're looking for and make sure that you're diligently scanning the market, or you have auto reminders set up, or you have a realtor you're working with so that you can get notified when new properties come on. That's pretty straightforward. The challenge there though is, well, there's actually a couple. Number one is that you're going to be paying about a 5% premium to buy those properties on the market versus buying a property off market, because that is how much a realtor charges in their commission. So you're paying extra money to be buying those properties on market versus buying off market. Now, the other challenge with that is that you're often going to be competing with other buyers, because let's face it, when a property goes on market, it's getting marketed to a lot of different people. So there's a lot more buyers, and that's where you tend to get into bidding wars, a lot of competition, sellers that have a lot more options. And so what we want to do is focus on properties that haven't yet been marketed as being for sale and deal directly with the property owner. Now, there's a few different reasons why a seller might choose to sell their property off market, but those are really the properties that we want to focus on, because number one, we're not going to be paying that realtor commission, so we're not going to be paying a premium on the property. And then number two, we're also not going to be dealing with sellers who have multiple different offers on their property. So we no longer have to compete and pay way above the fair market value or the real worth of the property in order to acquire it. Now, in order to do this, there's a few different steps to the process, but the most important is actually finding these off-market deals. The number one question I get asked by people when they're talking about buying off-market is, how do I actually find a seller, someone who's looking to sell to me? Wouldn't they just go and market their property and with a realtor and just list the property up for sale? Well, a lot of the time they would, but there's still a lot of people who wouldn't for various different reasons. Right now, with everything going on in the world, with the pandemic and everything, there are still some sellers that are really reluctant to have a bunch of people through their house for an open house for health concerns. And so the idea of being able to sell to one person, deal with one person, not have to interact with a whole bunch of different people, the realtor, people going through and walking through the home, that is really appealing to some people. Other people just don't want to deal with the whole headache. Other people are in a rush and they want to get the property sold quickly. There's a whole bunch of different reasons why a seller might not want to list the property on the actual market, but would still be interested in selling the property. And so what we want to do is get in touch with those people. And the way to do that is primarily going to be through sending out flyers, door knockers, whatever you want to call them, or posting ads online. Now, there's a whole bunch of different methods for finding off-market deals. You can even go door to door and just knock on doors. But the methods that I've found to be the most successful with our investing in real estate has been sending out flyer campaigns. It's probably the kind of lowest barrier to entry. The other one that's really nice, it's a really easy one, low barrier to entry, doesn't take a lot of time, is just going to be posting ads saying, we buy houses on sites like Kijiji and Craigslist. Now, in terms of the latter there, posting on Kijiji and Craigslist, what you'll want to do is go onto those sites and make a few different ads. Basically, the goal here is to communicate, hey, we buy houses quickly, we buy houses for cash, and then highlight some of the reasons why someone might want to buy from you. So we buy houses without realtors, we're not realtors, so you're not going to pay a commission. We buy houses cash, we close quickly, so you can get, you can communicate that, hey, we can get you that money quickly, we can close the deal very fast, you're not going to have to interact with a whole bunch of people. And you'll want to just be refreshing these constantly so that people, if they do go and decide, hey, I want to sell my house, there's a decent chance that they're going to actually find you there. Now, one of the better ways though, because a lot of people don't go on sites like Kijiji and Craigslist when they're thinking about selling their house, one of the really effective ways, and that allows you to be very, very targeted, is to actually put together flyers and send them out through USPS or Canada Post, depending on where you're located. Just send them out in the mail. Now, if you want to save some money, you can actually just drive around and plop them into people's mailboxes. But the goal here is to have these flyers printed. You're not going to want to do anything overly fancy. It does not need to be, honestly, what we recommend is just writing it out and then photocopying it so it looks very personal. It looks like you actually just hand wrote a letter and dropped it in their mailbox. And you just want to explain to them, hey, we buy houses in this area. I'm looking for properties to buy, kind of go through the main bullet points and then drop them in a bunch of houses. Now, you're going to need to drop out 10,000 flyers in order to have enough deal flow to see a good return on that, to actually be able to find a couple properties that are, looking to be sold, find one that actually meets your criteria. But the nice thing is that doing that is only going to cost you maybe, let's say, $5,000 or so, $5,000, $6,000. And in return for that, you're likely going to save tens, if not even $100,000 on a property, depending on the market and how competitive it is. We're in markets, some places around the world right now, where properties are going for multiple hundred thousands of dollars over their asking price. So there's a huge amount of money saving potential by making that investment into a flyer campaign. And the goal there is that you're going to basically send out those flyers in the targeted area that you are looking to purchase properties in. You can even list criteria if you have specific criteria. Hey, we're looking to buy 3,000 square foot properties and larger, or 3-bedroom properties and larger, whatever you want, and then basically just leave your phone number for people to call. You can also leave email address, but we found phone number to work the best, and then people can call you or call someone that's on your team. And again, this is going to be a bit more time intensive, but it's a really great way if you want to make that investment into saving money and finding a really, really great deal that other people aren't going to have access to. And then when people are calling you, you can go through an initial call script where you're just kind of screening to make sure that the property meets your criteria, and then you're going to go ahead, and the next step is going to be to set up a showing. Now, this can be in person or it can be virtual, but this is a really important step because this is also where you're going to get a chance to really ask questions to the seller to understand what their motivation is for selling the property, and to go through next steps. And that's going to be that next kind of missing piece before you can submit an offer. Now, from there, you need to make sure that you understand fully how to write up a proper offer, write up an agreement of purchase and sale, and actually buy that property. You don't need to work with a realtor to do this in most areas around the world. You just need to know how to put together the documentation in order to do it properly. You want to make sure, obviously, that you're buying this place legit, you're buying it legally. Again, if you want all the details and all the different tools and resources for doing this properly, the link in the description gives a free training on the step-by-step process for how to successfully invest in short-term rental properties. And one of the big pieces we cover is how to do this, how to actually buy off-market properties. But this has really been one of the big secrets to success with real estate investing for investors for years and years and years, is being able to buy properties where you're taking advantage of saving 5% in realtor commissions and not needing to compete with other buyers in the market. So especially when the market is hot, when it is really a seller's market, these types of strategies are really crucial for you to continue growing your portfolio, but do it in a safe and sustainable way that you're not going to be, riding the way up and then crashing all the way back down when property values do go down eventually. So I hope you got value from this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want more details, again, check out that free training that's linked in the description down below. We're also going to give you our analysis spreadsheet so you can analyze these deals, make sure you're making good deals when you're acquiring properties. All that, again, is at the link in the description. And then if you like this video, please do take a second and just give it a thumbs up. Hit that like button. It really helps me out when I'm growing this channel. And also subscribe to the channel. So if you're new here or you're not yet subscribed for whatever reason, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with the 2 new videos we post every single week. And I'll see you in the next one.